All right. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark, boys. So, on last week's episode, the crew got into some trouble and had to fight the perfect iteration of Tim, but with the combined forces of Tim, Skits, and Skits' father. They were able to turn into perfect Skits and defeat perfect Tim. And now, you have all been ejected from whatever reality altering realm the house had put you in. And now you're back into what you can assume is the normal house. In front of you appears to be the heart of this house, and it glows ominously.
Yeah, well,
What
I
does the
wouldn't
crew do?
consider this house normal if that's what's happening. Also, I feel like I wasn't here for the last 2.5 events.
And I wish
think
I
it's
wasn't
a
here for the
couple.
last 2.5 events.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of drugs are in this house, but I feel high as shit.
Rupon looks at his hand and the guppy attached to it. Uh-huh. Hello there.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sorry I've been dead weight. I'm awake now.
I feel
What?
that I must thank you.
The fuck?
Thank?
I cannot pronounce my THs. I am the heart of this house, and you have done me a great service. I feel that in some ways I am indebted to you.
You are.
I guess if you feel that way.
I do. I certainly do.
Okay, so how's it about you stop messing with them Dimmer sisters?
That was a cry for help. And you've
Oh.
answered it. You've answered it quite well. And inside of me, you have weakened that which tortures me. And now I shall torture it.
Okay. So again,
What? Are you,
all right, Skits, continue.
Sorry, you're gonna torture it? You mean Perfect Tim?
Perfect Tim is inside you now. No, something far more unassuming, sinister. We're
Insidious?
half brother Skits.
Oh yeah, was that shit a
What?
fever dream? Like, did we really see all that, or am I just fucked up from the blood loss?
All that happens within the warehouse is real.
You know, I think someone might have slipped us some drugs earlier. That's my market theory.
Well, it would explain why I cut my arm off, and whatever, appendage.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a solution to that. I'm surprised you're not in more pain, Rupon. So I think it's got to be drugs.
I mean, to be fair, from the point where Giuseppe is connected to my flesh, it feels like nothing but rainbows and unicorns. So he is probably chock full of some kind of painkiller.
Oh yeah, I was holding a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So again, I'm not even sure I'm really talking to you right now. Like, part of me feels like this is a mental conversation I'm having, but I feel my lips moving. So call me tomorrow.
Well, we really got to get that wound fixed up because it might get infected.
I mean, to be fair, I have the nub of my hand up a Hull's buttocks, so infection's the least of my worries currently.
Yeah, you're like a giant butt plug for me.
You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
Bell, I'm so sorry about Marshall. I mean, I don't know if that was real or not, but I kind of see why you don't like me killing people, folks and whatnot.
Yeah, well, it's not just because of Marshall, alright? It's the wrong thing to do, killing people.
I mean, agree to disagree.
I don't agree to that.
Well, I've learned anything in the last couple of fever dreams, consent is a big deal. I feel like we all would be okay with consent.
I find it a little troubling. You're only just now finding that consent is a big deal.
Always wait for the okay from your partner.
This house knows a lot.
To be fair,
Yes, of course. I am the warehouse.
I might literally wake up tomorrow, or I might wake up and I'm in a back alley, hopped up on so much shit I don't even know. So this could all just be a lie.
Well, I could be anywhere.
Would you like to be our new hideout?
Oh yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah. We gotta do some fucked up shit in this here town. So we need a place to lie low. And well, considering how hard it is to even get in here, and since you said you did owe us, sheltering us from our future quasi legal endeavors might be a pretty good pay up, I suppose.
Yes.
I'm
That is an
somehow
agreeable
being-
arrangement. But I hunger.
Yeah, what would that be you hunger for, sir?
I hunger. I hunger for one that wishes to sacrifice themselves and enter this world of skinless, blood-soaked nightmares, clattered from the deep and clattered from the meat of the guilty. I require a soul.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I
That
guess
just
I'd
sounds
be
kind of
down.
familiar.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna look
no.
at Ruxpin.
You know, if you're
I'm
kind
gonna
of
look at
low on that,
Ruxpin.
I could just use someone to fuck with.
Huh? Oh,
Ruxpin. There's the soul in the bottle.
what bottle? What? There's soul in the bottle?
The one that Ruxpin's holding.
Hey, you mean my daughter?
Your fake daughter.
Wait, that was real too?
I'm sorry, I don't like trading in souls.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could work out another arrangement.
Sure.
By the way, skits still look like perfect skits. Is this still?
Also, we're gonna get back to skits putting stuff in people.
Is it a physical transformation? Or was it just like an embodiment of his like soul or whatever?
By the way, in the background, I have Perfect Cell playing.
Your crew's hideout gains the.
Constantaneous. So, okay, I'll read it to you guys. Your crew's hideout gains the Constantaneous transmission upgrade. Once per day, you may teleport your house to any location you've already been to. And within the next hour, you must choose a living, non-crewmate person you've met outside of this house for the house or spirit that resides within the house to haunt. Otherwise, you will face some dire consequences. And then you'll just have to tell me, how is this person being haunted? In what way are they inconvenienced? Why does this person associate you or your crew with their new malady, their new haunting? And then
Where's
if the
that?
house...
Oh, it just.
Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, if the house teleports into any location which it won't fit, those pieces will get left behind in its previous location, and then you roll luck to determine that teleportation's outcome. And then any damage that this house sustains must be treated as if it were a normal house, so that's gonna incur any cost of repairs it going.
Oh, okay. That sucks. How big are your dimensions? I understand it's a little rude to ask about your size and weight, but
I mean,
Size and weight, it is unfathomable, for I am the warehouse. I was
No, I mean,
insulated
like-
with asbestos, harvested in the darkest reaches of the nine
Right.
hills of Bator.
okay, look,
My design was drawn by Asmodeus, and its construction overseen by only the most
Wait,
nefarious
Brian,
pit
what type-
lords.
Oh.
Time out. You said Asmodeus. What type of tiefling is Rupon?
That's up to you.
What was? Wait, hold on. The almonds, right? What they were Asmodeus tieflings?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right, cool. Guess I'm joining that lot. Oh,
Oh, it's another devil in that girl.
My foundation is filled with cement gathered by tortured souls and mixed with the blood-curdling, screaming water that is flooded with the damned that reside within the river Styx.
Is this written somewhere, or are you making this up as we go?
Paved
That's
by
what I
frenzied demonic hordes,
wanted.
So
built with the acidic tears of fallen angels.
Okay, he wrote this down.
Plumbing and HVAC installed by the hands of one-eyed animals. Furnished
HVAC.
by a coven of hags who have only known
Coleman,
them
yeah, he
since
wrote
their
it down. He
creation,
would have known
Yeah.
I said that.
and reinforced with 666 types of wood from trees that have rings for blood.
what about balsa?
Yeah, it's real sturdy wood.
Also, it's
What are the
environmentally
appliances
sound.
made? Where did the appliances come from?
IKEA.
We have no.
The most filthy labyrinth of all labyrinths, the hellish land.
This blender is called Bjornborg. This
Good luck
coffee table
pronouncing all of our appliances.
is Jorgensborg.
Is every time does it teleport? Does it automatically get replumbed wherever it was teleporting to?
Yes.
Wait, Brian,
but it's
time
not
out.
cheap.
All right, hold up. May I ask a question? I literally, when I say hold up, I raise up Guppy into the air. So these souls, or you're not gonna do anything like what you done did to us, in which case points to his missing hand, bodily harm and whatnot. I don't think our friend Bells here would be applicable to that
No.
inconstitutional.
In order to avoid incurring the wrath of my masters, you must agree to never put me on the market and never install gutters.
Why? Wait, that's a weird one. Why no gutters?
I got a good deal at Grim Reaper Gutters.
Grim Reaper gutters is a fraud. They saved me.
I mean, to be fair, they had that new Grim Reaper, the hooded
Who
Grim
needs
Reaper
gutters
gutter.
when you have foundation made in hell?
Well, to be fair,
Precisely.
them new hooded Grim Reaper gutter, they have that thing where the leaves just fall off the hooded part, hence why there's no stuckage.
Yes, but the
We
angelic
install-
tears that consists of this roof is hydrophobic.
No, that's seems shameful. Why'd you make
Yeah.
no angel cry?
I don't know.
Water.
That's up to Asmodeus and the many nefarious pit lords that oversaw my construction.
Okay, so you a devil
did,
house.
Did they also tell you what's the what's it called?
I prefer to be
insulation
called the
rating?
Sin Shack.
What's the insulation rating on this
Is
house?
that your alias name?
Wait, you realize
he
now?
calls himself the warehouse.
No, friend, we're now calling you the
Alright.
Sin
Sin
Shack.
Shack.
Get it straight.
So we are now calling you from now on the Sin Shack. You may classify yourself as a warehouse, but you are now and forever the Sin Shack.
Very well.
I have one last question.
Yes.
Being that you can resize the inside of you, can you resize the outside?
That is beyond my scope. Unless you enter the hearts.
All right, we're gonna have to plot how big this thing is. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that this thing is, because if we move him around, hypothetically,
Or
Yeah.
her.
oh, sorry, you are correct. We move them around, they might lose some parts here and there, or gain some things we don't want.
Or we could just teleport the house into our enemy's headquarters and destroy it.
No. You're missing no. It
Those-
loses stuff.
Those frost scales won't see it coming.
So are we killing the house? I forget what our mission here was.
Well, technically, our mission was to stop the house from messing with the Dimmer Sisters, but apparently, it is now our, you would say, place of concealment / mode of transportation.
Casa de concealment.
Yeah, Casa de Concealment / Casa de
Fine.
Movimento.
Nope. Finish your drink.
Casa de Infierno.
Ah, you're still Sinchak.
Wait.
You live with that.
Yeah, I just remembered. What happened to that Kenku guy?
Oh yeah.
Kinku. He is inside of me, being tortured endlessly.
Oh, so that means we got a free trip right now then.
But how many other people are inside of you getting tortured?
Just him. He's the one that did this to me.
Oh,
He
well,
did this to you. How did he do that?
Yes. Perhaps you should ask your friends. Balthazar.
Huh?
Who?
Oh,
How do you know these are
Balthazar.
I was here for his birth, his inception, and his half-brothers.
wait,
and
wait,
his
Tom.
sisters, and his entire family. Generations.
Wait, Skits, is this the house you were born in? Is this your family home? I mean, I knew you were a rich kid from when I first met you, but does this mean this is where you from?
The
Is it
Black
Brian?
Estates.
Guess his name's Balthazar?
I mean, I was high as balls and blood was gone from my system, but I did hear Balthazar a few times. Though whether or not that's Skits or his dad, which another weird thing, his father was here, but is no longer here, which is odd.
Is it my birth house?
Yes. Your great family name, once
I
so
think that-
well regarded, is now barely whispered amongst decent folk.
Time out. What's his family name?
Is it Shaq?
Black.
That rhymes. So.
Oh, we're
Skits
not
Black.
following you. We're not following you, Jack. Wait, whoa.
This is the Black Estates.
Wait, your name is Balthazar Black, Skits?
Yes.
Any relation to battle?
Oh no!
Oh, maybe he's a descendant of Skits.
Would explain the personality.
Yeah.
That is a terrifying implication.
You're the one that made it.
I actually did.
No.
Yeah, Sean made that
No,
character.
I meant like the implication
Balthazar
currently.
Balfield. My full name
No.
is Balthazar Bartholomew Black.
Yeah, that's how
George
you
named
see it.
Skits too. George and Sean came up with that themselves.
No. What I'm saying is Brian made the black name.
No, Sean,
No,
George,
George
George
did.
did.
That's his last.
Wait.
That's on his character sheet.
Time out. What?
Yeah, you have to give your character's real name. You didn't know that? It's just Bartholomew Black.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
That's
already knew that. This clap just doesn't know that.
Rupon is his real name, which he has mentioned many times, but no one remembers.
Yeah, no one cares. That's why.
He's always been Rupert's to me.
Boom! Nobody cares.
The
Such
only one
pain.
who's
Such
I
pain.
care.
Sean's the only one who defucked it. His character's real name is Bells. Still this. It's just
He's
this.
the only one, no actual like, what is it called? Criminal name.
Yeah. Well, technically his criminal name is Tolls for D, but no one wants to say that. So
Let's call him Bells.
Everyone just calls him his real name.
yeah.
Just, good question. Whatever happened to that mnemonic numerology?
Oh yeah, what was up with their numbers?
Ah, yes, the numbers, coordinates, locations, places. All of my builders, all of my masters.
I asked you, Desmond.
Indeed, you did.
What?
The house's name, Jed.
Its true name.
We have found its true
Do we
name.
have dead name this house?
Okay, well,
Wait, I just want to go back. How did that Kanku guy curse you or whatever?
Said fuck you.
wait, time out. You're a house, so
Yes.
you're able to move your rooms and all that. Why don't you just bring his torture room up here where we're at?
You wish to see him?
I mean, you did say go question him, and well, to be fair, I don't really want to walk downstairs. I don't know about
It
you
would be
guys.
nice to see a demonstration of how this works. I'm very intrigued about the mechanics of this construction of this house.
Very well.
Guys,
And you'll see a
if we're
puff
get-
of flame appear in front of you, and you'll see him just like tied to
Wait.
like a pyre, just on fire.
Oh my lord! Wait, shut up! Shut up! Can you make a pool in here? Like an inside pool?
Subtitles.
Kenku,
What'd you
do
say?
you know him?
Just telling the house to put on subtitles.
And you're just gonna see subtitles appear underneath the fire while he's screaming. So go
Thank
ahead
you.
and ask your questions.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. So, can you like make rooms for us since we're gonna be living here for the time being anyway?
Are you asking him or me?
You? Why the fuck would I ask him? You're torturing him right now.
I cannot change the dimensions of myself. Only within the realm that I control, which is within my heart. As he
Oh,
once
so-
was.
Just this room?
No. Inside.
This is kind of
inside.
beautiful. We're only the only masters of our own hearts. Deep.
Oh,
Yes.
so only in
And
that
mine
weird
is a
dream
world
state.
of nightmares.
What if we made a world of dreams? You know?
I suppose we could.
Oh, so you're just preferencing. Oh, I see. It's fine.
I cannot change the way that I was designed. Although perhaps I could, but
You could totally choose less yandere or dere.
Do you have access to your own blueprints? I'm very curious about some of these processes.
Also, by the way,
this is
Clap,
something that Asimodeus kept close to his heart. But perhaps you could retrieve it from the Dimmer Sisters.
I
The
personally
Dimmer
believe-
I'm gonna pull out like a notebook. So the Dimmer sisters have access to your blueprint. That
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So if they had access to your blueprint, why weren't they the ones to stop you from bothering them?
Because it is those. They are the ones that have damaged me.
Wait. You said this guy did. Now they are the one? Your story's not lining up there.
guy does not look like a Dimmer sister.
Yeah, he is definitely not a Dimmer sister. He is a small,
A
mildly adorable
small
kangaroo.
agent. A useless creature. One that I enjoy torturing.
Wait,
One
why
that
are the
wishes to
Dimmer
gain
sisters using
access to the one that lives inside of you? Skits.
Time out.
The
why are the
perfection.
Dimmer sisters using a Kanku as an agent? I
As
thought
we
all
all-
of them. I thought all of them shacked up with Joey Feathers.
Wait. You time
My
out.
name I
We're
recognize.
able to see his dreams and stuff, right?
These dreams. Not a mind reader.
No, well, didn't you give us all visions? Can you like open up a little, I don't know, pitch mirror into his brain so you can see what kind of torture you're putting him through?
Yes, I can only project what those inside of me wish to see. And
Well,
in
I-
some cases,
So wait,
what they wish to not see.
he wished to be cleaning sweat off gym equipment.
Look, I don't blame people for what they want to do, man.
Yeah, he seemed pretty happy. Why is he screaming on the outside?
Because I am torturing him. He
But-
wished to gain access to perfect skits. Or, no, sorry, perfect Tim.
Right. So,
So Perfect Tim was a parasite inside of you. Is this correct?
Not inside of me. It required a host. It was waiting, searching. And with this one's help, he's going to, I guess, kind of radiate at the Kenku.
Radiate at.
yeah, just kind of just vibing in his direction, really.
wait, does he just like put him on and off on mute when he emphasizes them?
That works better, I think.
Oh God.
He wished to lure this one here. He wanted to see you fail.
Well, to be fair, we tend to do fail, except upwards.
Classic management.
Yeah, well. So, are we?
Do you wish to question this one, or should I have put him back in the terrible place?
Let's go. I mean, I thought we were gonna ask what he wanted to do here, and you did say, Clap, something about Joey Feathers.
Well, I mean, isn't he often hire Kanku to do his dirty work for him?
I don't know. I never met the man.
That's just what I've heard on the streets. I'm gonna look around like, like knowingly, like waiting.
I don't think the streets
Anyway.
are back yet.
He can't show up
Yeah,
here.
everyone's gonna look
Yeah.
around and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like reflexively looking around. It's like, yeah. Anyway, that's what I heard.
But funnily enough, outside a couple of feet where the streets start and I guess the yard starts, they're just there waiting. I've been called.
He's like peeking in the window. He like jumps up at the window. He's like, "Someone call me!" And then he's just gone.
I mean, this house seems to be some advanced demon artifact magic here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Joey Feathers wanted to get his hands on these schematics. I've never seen anything like this house before, and I've seen a lot of weird shit.
You just haven't met my dad. I mean,
Wait, what?
Wait, time out. Okay, actually,
That's good.
what is up? Wait, so did you devour your father? Also, you have a sister?
I'm gonna stuff my father's hand into my pocket.
Yeah, he's gonna like
No.
crawl up your leg and try and like hide in your pocket. You guys can give a survey roll and see if you see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually reminds me of something. Wait, House, on another tip. So you kind of working with us now?
And in real estate.
Hmm?
What?
Ooh, I get the 6 on that one.
Yeah, so you
That-
definitely saw that hand climb into his pocket.
Wait,
so
wait,
were you
What
asking
the hell's
your
going on with that hand over there?
Hand. You mean this hand? I pull my hand out.
Speaking
No,
of
that one,
hands,
the one moving around that you motion into your pocket.
like all these talks about hands is making me a little nostalgic. Can I get my hand back?
Oh no, you're not getting that back, Rube.
Yeah, that's really up to you.
I mean, really? I
Okay,
mean,
well,
I'm asking.
this-
Can I get my hand back?
Sure you
I'd
could.
like for you guys to meet.
Anything's possible.
Well, you just summoned this man from the room downstairs in the gym locker place.
Oh,
Could you
because
summon
he
my
was
hand?
so- in there.
use them anymore.
Well,
You want your hand?
yeah, please.
One second. And you're gonna see a puff of fire again, similar to what summoned the Kenku. And you're just gonna see your charred hand there.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah,
You'll
Rube,
walk
I'm not
over-
gonna be able to sew that one back on. I'm just telling you right now.
I'll hang it around my neck. And he reaches for it with his missing hand, and I guess it's just
I've got
Guppy.
it. Yeah.
Ah, thank you there. I'm just gonna put that in
Yeah,
my
no
pocket.
problem.
On a hand, holding a hand.
This may be a bit morbid, but Guppy, put your hand through my hand, and then puppet the hand.
Yeah,
All right.
are we gonna try to look for Leopold's hand and give it to
I'm
Rube?
just gonna mangle it, isn't it?
I mean, look at it, Skids. It's basically char. I'm worried. That's gonna be a necklace. They're gonna call me the hand from now on.
Yeah, it's a little crispy.
Yeah, Rupan, I did know this guy back in the academy who.
Oh, you
designed-
mean your superior who told
prosthetic.
me you look like a fool?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was fucked up, but we all saw that. He basically threw you out on your ass.
Yeah, not only that, but that piece of shit stole my research. Fucking published papers off of it.
I mean, to be fair, you could one up him if you make a better hand for me, because not that I don't like old Guppy here on my hand, but I'd like to have a hand again for the stabbing and whatnot.
Listen, man, I'm not really
I mean,
you could qualified to do that.
you could always do ventriloquism and then stab him.
Yeah, the clap. Would it be common knowledge that Leopold got kicked out?
Yeah, I probably would have found out.
Yeah, so you would probably know that the reason he got kicked out was because he used what you showed to like extend his life.
Yeah.
So he
Piece
stole
of
your
shit,
research
stole my
to
re-
like, kind of make him like undead in a way. He's
Yeah.
more Halden Man.
Apparently, making your business making prosthetic limbs that turn into weapons is not very profitable. So he had to steal my cutting edge research.
Time out. How is that not profitable? I would love to
Oh.
have a gun hand.
Well, I mean, it was profitable, but it's not the kind of high science stuff that I was doing.
You're currently working. You're wanted by most of the government. Your old organization, and you have 86 STDs. I think
Listen,
you're falling far, far from grace.
I
Look,
cracked the secret code to life itself. To making gun hands.
if there's two things that my father taught me, what sells is death and life, and we all know life sells more than death.
Exactly. And those gun hands were only good for death. Well, I mean, they were good for other things too, but
And your perspective.
So,
anyway, I'm all about figuring out how this house works now.
Hey, House, you showed me that I had a daughter. He'll pull out the jar from behind him, which doesn't make sense because Rupan's hand is behind him, but somehow it happens. Actually, it comes out of Rupan's sleeve. He's storing all his extra junk in Rupan's sleeve, kind of like a magician. And he'll pull out his soul jar. So, is this my daughter?
He's going to look at it. He's like, perhaps it's your daughter. Perhaps it's something you've wanted as a daughter. I cannot tell such things. I can only show you what you want.
Wait. Time out. What do you mean it's not his daughter? I knew this man when he was once a man.
You did? Why didn't you tell me?
Well, to be fair,
Who am I?
to be fair, I didn't recognize you until the dream.
Oh, God. So, who am I?
You didn't actually give us your name.
I think he did, didn't he?
Well, not his real name.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
his
would
code
correct-
name.
Yeah.
Didn't he
you would know
give kids
that.
his name?
Wasn't his name actually Giuseppe?
Oh,
Yeah.
he called himself the Gentleman Assassin. That's
Yeah,
what
you-
was on his sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't give us your real name, so I don't know how much it would help. You were just the gent assassin, I recall correctly.
Gentleman assassin.
Bell. Oh wait, Bells wasn't there.
You were there, and you were there.
You were there.
The guy's screaming, I wasn't there.
Go back on mute, burn boy.
It's still subtitled.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. So, House, what do I really want? Show me.
You've already seen it, but I can send you back. But you might get stuck inside.
Well, I
Often,
mean,
people don't leave.
if you send him back, but just him, I can always pull him back, considering he's connected to me right now.
Yeah, send me back.
Pulling part. It's not how it works. Buff fire. Go in. Find your way out. That kind of thing. Actually,
I'm out. Why can't I
give
help
me a
him?
timeline. How long you want to be in there?
As long as I need to get answers. Wait, is this not one of those things where the images only know what I know, and it's not gonna actually yield anything other than?
Wait, actually, I might be able to help. Because of all this drug dealing and dreaming, I kind of remember around the time it happened.
Are we actually finally doing a flashback again?
Literal flashback.
How long has it been since we flashed back in
and
this
that
game?
guy's still on a pyre screaming on fire in the background for some reason.
It just
Wow.
disappears with a vampire.
But technically, if Rupan remembers it now, he can kind of pinpoint the day instead of flashing back to a random point. You can flash back to that point.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
So
Flash
flashing back to
paragon.
Reginald or to the Gentleman Assassin?
Basically. So we can give Giuseppe his actual date of a point where he can flash back to.
I mean, if you want, Brian, you could just say we see it in a flashback.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So you guys would probably see it in the flashback.
Well,
That
the
part
one
of
time we go
Guppy's
back to a
memory would be lost.
flashback. One time we do a flashback and we're not gonna play it out.
Right?
It's like I do the thing and I get the thing and then that's good.
The thing happens.
You're really gonna shorthand us on this one, Brian?
It's you guys that said you'd want to just like. I don't know who said it. It wasn't me though. But we
That
can
was me.
flash it back.
I didn't want to eat up too much of the time since
Oh, eating up
Rico
time
was
is
here.
what this game's all about. Let's do
I
it.
thought about
Yeah.
it.
All right.
I think we're just gonna end up doing downtime mostly today, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys gotta rest up.
Yeah, plus we finished the mission. Now it's just, prologue.
Yeah. We
Oh,
got
you
our
gotta find
base
someone
now.
Well, I guess you guys don't have to find someone to haunt to get teleported yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
we also
have
never
him.
turn in our missions, so this will be on par.
Yep.
All right, yeah, flashback away.
All right.
You see a Rupon with 2 eyes of the same color and 2 hands attached.
Okay.
Okay.
That
was a great flashback.
And scene.
That was great.
Just reminiscing.
I love it.
Remember when I was normal, guys?
Remember when I hadn't killed anyone yet?
Remember when I was just a thief, not a murderer?
If everyone was beautiful back then, the clap doesn't have like 300 different STDs. The
Yeah.
hand is just starting his family. Bells, he's still with his first rat. That hasn't
wasn't his
tried to kill
family.
His uncle yet. I guess there's nothing wrong with having family, right?
He wasn't starting it. He was taking care of it, I guess.
You know what, everybody? Let's all get into a mind space where we can all just chat.
The only one that wasn't there technically was Skits.
I want to bring everybody into the same mind space as the house.
Oh no, I don't want to be in the same mind space as Skits.
I don't want to be in the same physical space as Clap.
Boo.
High five.
All right. And
Right,
he's
so
gonna
it was
vibe
like-
over a high five to you.
Oh,
And I-
high five. Ruban's
I-
hand.
I push him over to do a high five.
All right, so we're flashing back.
The year was 1942.
17 more from all.
The 17th of Marfanoff, the first shield meet that you guys have ever shared together.
All right, well, I mean, that heist turned out pretty well, considering. Hey, gentleman assassin, you're gonna go meet your daughter finally? That little doll of yours is damn cute.
Yes, thank you, sir. I plan to indeed. This will be for the jewel of my eye. Young little. Oh, yeah, hold on. I had her name. What was the name that we used for the NPC in the. Oh, God, I gave her a really terrible name.
Let's see if I can
Yeah,
find
but wait,
it.
no, we found out that wasn't the real one either. You gave her a really terrible, like, Gertrude or something name, but it wasn't actually her name.
Gertrude, yes, that was it.
I think it was Gertrude.
Yes, the apple of my eye. For I, the gentleman assassin, have only been stolen by her, for she has stolen my heart.
Well, I mean, that's what children are about. I do hope one day I can settle down, enough of this stealing, have a family. Felix?
Ah, Felix, yes, that was her name. Gertrude was her nickname, somehow. Named after her best friend, maybe.
Why would you pick her best friend's name as a nickname?
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. That is horrifying on so many levels.
Also, Guppy is now wearing Ruban's hand as a hat.
Oh,
Poke his head
dude.
through there.
Groupon is officially D.
Oh yeah, they small.
Oh, that's sick.
Eat some dirt. Heal me.
But yes, I do intend to give it to her. Once we finish this one caper, and I'll be straight to there. She's expecting me.
Well then. Luckily, it's the year. Blah blah blah. Fill in the blank. You might make it for insert holiday.
Well, it's her birthday, and she'd be devastated if I didn't show up today.
Oh, that would be pretty sad. I mean, you know what? Maybe Bales can bring you back there. He's a pretty upstanding guy.
Was I there for this?
No.
You are now.
Groupon's gonna point you to his upstanding friend who isn't a criminal yet.
Let's see, Guppy, the doll, will suddenly appear, I guess, floating in front of Rupon, since they're somewhat attached right now. Well, but not actually attached in the spirit realm. Hey, who's that guy? Wait. Is he holding me?
Groupon doesn't acknowledge because he's in the flashback. You're
Oh my
floating,
God.
and seeing your past.
Oh my god, it makes sense. Oh god, I'm so late with that birthday. I need to get out of here. Click my heels and take me home. Start clicking his heels.
Get up and
Sweet home.
Thing happens.
I guess we're going back.
Wait, we see a rat come in as a messenger. Yeah, just follow this rat, and he should lead you back to my good friend Bales.
Okay, I'll follow the rat.
So you're following Marshall and Francesco.
All the while yelling streets, 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 streets.
Yep, you're gonna follow them down this path, and then you're going to see this trash can just like shaking, shaking, shaking. The rats, they point you towards the trash can.
Go to the trash can.
You open up the trash can. Do you open up the trash can?
Of course, I jump up
Okay.
there and do some parkour shit.
As you open up the trash can, you're going to see Marshall. Suddenly, he's in the trash can. He's got a giant gun aimed towards your head. It's time to go back, you son of a bitch. And he's gonna fire.
Marshall, no! Guppy will freak out on the end of Rupon's hand and then bend his arm toward himself and then slap Rupon in the face.
What the hell, man? I don't know what
Hey,
happened
You're not
after
a
you
dirty
left.
rat.
Well, I don't think so. That would be Bell's purview, not mine.
There's a rat shot me in the head.
Oh,
He had a gun. It was
Oh.
so weird. It was the same size as him. It didn't make any sense. How the hell was he holding it?
Marshall's always been trigger happy.
That was his
Wait.
name.
wait. So that means Marshall killed you?
Yes. Me, the spirit to get to places. I need to kill that rat. I think that's what the story is.
They're figuring it out.
It makes so much sense. I need to kill the rat in order to find my daughter.
You know what? Is there even a history type roll? Let's see.
Would be study.
Do a study roll.
Yeah, gather
Copy.
information.
Do a
Opportunity search.
study roll. Yeah.
Alright.
Can I help him? Wait, no, I'm gonna
Um,
get
I have no points in study, so this will be great.
Push it. Push it.
You could. Yeah, I guess he could lead the action if you want to add it. I'll only let you add it though, Rupon.
Alright. Study. And I will push myself because it's an important thing. And I also have no stress, so whatever's. Hey.
Nice.
I don't think I'm gonna help. That's fine.
All right. Okay, so what you remember quite clearly, actually, is they never really had you two go on missions together, but he always, your master, the Dark Lord, your master Gus.
Nosferatu may haunt the nights forever.
Yeah, you remember? He has like other like hull minions, and he actually had a creature that was like part hull and part living, like a biomechanical creature. You remember it was a rodent, and one of his arms were replaced with like a gun arm, and half of its face was mechanical and the other half was rat.
My God. I remember that rat was a half robot. Ah, it was a pestilence. He was a killing machine. Robo Rat. That was his name, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Roboto Rat.
I guess what you saw getting shot.
Yeah.
You're not sure if that's real, if that was fake.
I am not sure if it was real or fake, that thing I just saw. But House, let's go to my master's hideout. He'll have answers.
Oh shit! Are we about to meet your master?
Just tell me where to go, and we shall arrive there. I guess you know your master's hideout's location? You've been there before? I guess you've been there, but do you know the location?
Yeah, I mean, I have to report back and deliver drugs. At the very least, I know one of his favorite places to deposit drugs.
Alright. Are you trying to teleport into, like, on top of this thing, or are you trying to teleport, like, just, like, outside of it, just so you're near?
House, just to be, you know, pragmatic. Do you need to have the souls inside of you or on the outsides?
What do you mean? The souls that I
Five.
wish to haunt?
Well, I mean, if you need people, if you need some souls, couldn't we just, like, drop you on the sidewalk about maybe 6 feet up? And, it's a crapshoot. You might get some peoples. You might get 5. Who knows?
No, I think the rule is for the house we have to either invite the souls or point them out specifically, and they have to be living so they can be haunted.
I mean, honestly, I'd like a soul, but, I think your pastor friend there isn't cool with that, so, just find me someone to fuck with.
Alright, sure, we'll call you a delivery boy. Let's park right outside, because I can't seem to want to issue any harm to that building for some reason.
Side note, does Chungus is Chungus in this world? Yes, he
Of course
is.
he is.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Yeah, does he
That's
count as our
correct.
crew?
Let's see.
Because
I
that
don't think so.
betraying
It
mother,
has to be in your crew sheet.
because that
so-
betraying motherfucker deserves to get fucked with.
Yeah, your crew looks like it's Leon, Lefty, Barkley, Barky, and
The kids, basically.
yeah, Amsterdam, and then Terry the Closet is part of your crew. So you can't haunt Terry. It's off limits.
You fucking kidding me? You can't hunt that motherfucker.
He's in your crew.
And the lawyer isn't? That's weird.
Nope, he's your contact. I mean, your lawyer could potentially work against you.
What about his niece? We gotta get her in. We gotta get in-house law, in-house legal help.
Then you gotta put them on your dole. You gotta put them on your payroll.
Well, if anything, I got someone you can fuck with, and I will enjoy you fucking with them. Actually, I have a specific reason why you should fuck with them and how you can fuck with them.
All right, let me hear it.
Why? They betrayed us. 2, he has a really bad gambling habit. No fault of my own. So, fears of losing everything from gambling might be a easy little nudge pimple to pop. If you know what I'm getting at.
Okay. And this might be a little harder. How would he associate this with you guys? This haunting that he's facing? Does
Wait, he
see,
has
like,
to
your
associate with
face?
us?
Yeah, does he see like your face on the coins, or does he just feel like, like I saw Roop on here and I'm getting so much bad luck, or like, what's the meme? Maybe I'll drop this later, but let's see what you come up with.
Well, the meme would be, hey, Chungus, you know what? Since you helped us out, let me take you out to the casino. I'll pay for your first game. And then he wins. Then he loses every time after that. And then he just
Alright.
repeats the cycle. Oh, let me pay for your first game. Then he wins. Then he loses. And he loses everything. And then once he's at the last point of his life, let me pay for your first game. And he just repeats it over and over as he watches the first win, then cumulative losses again and again until he's practically destitute.
Alright.
And it just
Sounds
repeats
good.
again.
So he's getting the curse of bad luck. Or the haunting of bad luck. Alright.
Well, then that's your free ticket there, Giuseppe. Bring us on to your patron? Patron.
Yeah, he's in the old abandoned chocolate cereal factory.
Alright. So, you're going to, I guess, teleport, I guess, somewhat on the outskirts of this abandoned factory. And you're going to see, just on the outside, seems unassuming. Not much is really going on. It seems abandoned, of course, because it is, like, abandoned, but, you know, it's your headquarters. And it just seems quiet.
Seems unusually quiet. But then again, a dead drop for drugs is never really a happening thing.
Alright. So what's your plan here, Guppy?
I'm just running there. I'm running in, like, the air attached to, Ruban.
I'm still doing this.
I guess I have no choice but to run along with him.
Okay. Guppy, 2 dice roll, give me a fortune roll.
So those are, like, my best things. Crew.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah. Fortune. Number of dice 2. Submit. Notes.
Awesome.
Okay. It's a pretty good roll. It's an awesome roll.
Awesome.
Alright, so you make your way, I guess, towards the factory. Is anyone else joining in? Or is it just these two running in there?
I have no choice.
Yeah. I guess I'll go in with them.
I just got back. What happened?
We're confronting Guppy's master.
Like right now?
Like-
A lot's yet to happen.
Yep, we teleported the house.
Yeah, I thought we were having downtime as well. Shouldn't we do that first?
I went to get like water and like
Yeah,
yogurt.
why
Like
we-
what happened?
Are we doing this now before downtime? Like,
What the hell happened?
Well, it is what it is.
Alright, you make your way to the door, and it seems Gasparatu at least recognizes your energy, and the door opens, and you hear his voice from the background. Just plant the drugs right there!
All right.
Smoking a lot of blow right now!
I got some really primo drugs you can't miss out on. I should deliver them in person.
Oof. Do you just leave it right there? I'm kind of busy. I'm having a blowback. You know, all kinds of different blows, and I'm just banging my head on this desk.
That has a weird implication, sir.
I know! And that's why I said it. You
Depending
got
on
some
the
friends
context.
here? Old Gup? Old, Giuseppe?
What are you talking about? That's my butt plug. We're heading on over.
Oh, we're having that kind of party. Alright! Alright, so you're gonna head in?
Yeah. arms and legs vigorously swinging in the air as I try to run forward.
And as you run forward, the room becomes like the air becomes thick, becomes like a little hazy. And as you enter this room, what you see is there's just like, you can kind of see Frutapod a little bit. There's just like drugs laid out around this entire room, just like different colors of different like piles of powders. And you see this giant mist just like sucking up all of the drugs at different intervals. So it seems your master's turned himself into just a bunch of mist, and he's just like in this room just taking in all the drugs.
Alright, so we'll enter in and say, hey, you, master, you took my body, you took my daughter. I had a daughter, did you know that?
What are you talking about? That's not true.
That is true, and this is a look-alike. And he'll throw the bottle of a soul and hopefully smash it open. Again, pulls it from Rupan's sleeve and then throws it.
Alright. Let's pull that out.
I don't know how comfortable I am with the idea that you're keeping random objects in my... Oh fuck, the shirt's burnt. It's fine.
Roll a tune. Let's see how well this actually goes for you releasing your daughter. Alright, nice. So, your daughter comes out. You see the little guppy Ruxpin doll that she's holding? Seems to kind of like crumble away, and she's fading away just a little bit. Let me enhance that for you guys. And you see on Gusparatu's face, or his like misty face, which is like slowly starting to form. He's slowly retaking his corporeal form, and he's like, "Ooh, where'd you get that from?" Call it Marshall.
I got it from the Sin Shack, baby.
Sin Shack, Sin Shack.
I heard they got really good deals back there. And he's like slowly like backing up a little bit. And he seems to be going towards some kind of there's like a large, I guess like coffin in the room that he's kind of like backing up towards.
People take a giant step forward in the air. And then look at Rupan and like tilt his head forward.
You don't want to do this, Guppy.
Why don't I want to do this? I want to see my daughter.
I've consumed a lot of drugs, and I am more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just so you know, I've killed a vampire before. If my friend would like to see his daughter, even though you are his boss, I won't hesitate to help him kill you. Sorry.
I hate to tell you, my friend, but that's all that remains of her.
I don't believe you. The house said this wasn't her.
Then believe this! And he's going to,
Kill you.
One shot. You're dead.
Wake up in the other guppy.
Rupan's gonna be left alone with the fucking high vampire.
He's gonna kind of like do like a thriller like hip thrust. He's gonna spin around and he's going to moonwalk back towards the coffin. And the coffin door is going to bust open. And what you're going to see, busting out of that coffin, you're gonna see, you're gonna recognize it actually, Bells. You're gonna recognize Marshall, but he's different.
Oh. What?
Yeah, he's half whole. and he's got a giant gun just attached.
Marshall and his guns.
Marshall's got a gun.
But it's attached to his arm. Both of them. He's got two arms.
How does he walk?
He's basically Vash. He turned
His
into
leg-
Vash.
but he's got to be walking on the guns because his legs can't reach the floor.
He's walking on his legs, but he's walking on his legs.
It's a gorilla.
You
There's
never
no way
should
he
have
has to-
found out, Guppy. You never should have came here. Now I'm gonna have to decommission you.
I'd like to see you try. Right, Ruban?
I'm torn because that's technically Bell's thing, and he's right here. But yes, I will help you.
He is an unholy abomination, wrought from the pits of hell. I will send you back, Marshall. I will put your soul at rest.
Oh right, so we can kill this thing, but nothing else. That's fucked up.
Bells, that name. Why does that sound familiar?
I don't even move to the left. I
It
move
Does
to
it
the
ring
left.
bells?
I point the bells.
Get out of my head! And he's going to fire at both of you guys. What are you guys gonna do?
Fire back.
Alright, let me see.
Have to dodge.
Since you guys were talking, this will be desperate for you guys to fight back.
Fuck off.
Okay, can I talk the bullet in another direction since we were already talking? is that easier?
Talk the bullet in another direction.
Since I was already talking, it should be easier to do that than it is to shoot him back, right?
You can try and move out of the way. I'll make that risky.
Fuck you!
Oh my god, what are you guys with your crits?
Fuck you, Brian!
666.
Wow.
The number of the beast.
Super crit.
I grabbed the bullet from the air.
Demon's crit.
Damn, so yeah, what are you doing? You're grabbing the bullet from the air and you're doing what?
Yeah, I grabbed the bullet from the air and go, no, no, no. If there will be killing, it will be me doing the killing.
No!
Good murder.
You tell him, Marshall.
Because I'm assuming he was just shooting bells, right?
You
said
said
he
shoot
shoot both.
bells, so you grab both the guns, but I saw bells at a hunt roll.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I fired back.
So I
Okay.
grabbed the bullet before he hits bells and he's able to fire at Marshall.
You put it in his gun to fire back.
Yeah.
I grabbed the bullet,
You grab the bullet.
grabbed the bullet into
Bell's
Bell's gun.
Into my
It
chamber.
comes- yeah, it loads up into his chamber. And combining your crit with Bell's is 6. This is a double shot on Marshall. And similar to last time, you're going to shoot off the robotic part of his face. And he is going to tumble over and crash onto the ground. And Bells, you feel the similar sadness to when you executed Marshall last time.
I feel no such thing.
Okay.
He is Bell the Heartless.
You're not in charge of my emotions.
Sure. All right.
No,
So,
my mom.
what are you guys going to do? He's on the floor. The mechanical part of his face was blown off, and you see like a tiny pool of blood starting to form by his head.
Where is he? You rat, did you kill me? Was that a dream? Were you in my dream? What's happening?
Are you approaching the rat?
Well, I mean, Gus Ferratu disappeared, right? Or no, he just
Yeah.
opened the...
Oh, that's perfect. Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
It's maybe a bit uncouth, but I think we terminated that relationship there, Bells.
That is unworkable for him. How does he reload? Both of his hands are guns.
He uses his tail, obviously.
Yeah.
Is there a secret gun on his tail?
Let me
No, it's a
see
claw.
command roll from you, Guppy.
Alright. That's my best one.
While I see use the bathroom.
Sure.
I'm gonna, what's it called?
Push yourself.
Push myself, and then I'm also gonna do a devil's bargain.
Okay. Devil's bargain. Let's see. What's a good devil's bargain?
I have one, but it's mostly for me, so I'm not sure if it's a good bargain.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, as long as it involves Guppy in some way.
So I'm not sure if Rupon will ever get a hand. I mean, he can kind of get a ghost hand because of his like fade skill, but no matter what, even if he gets the stump fixed, if in a dire situation, Rupon can call out for Giuseppe to fuse with him and form. I was gonna say Voltron, but like their own Vampire Hunter D guy and drag him away from danger.
Sure.
Straight value.
Yeah, who cares about punishments?
This is a straight value bargain. Can I get a devil's deal?
Oh, shucks. Darn it, alright, you twist my arm. I guess I'll do
Twisted
this
my
really
arm.
stupid.
Yeah. I guess I'll accept.
I mean, I guess if you want to make it a bit of a danger, so like use you as a shield, basically, to negate damage.
This guy.
Oh, sorry. Can you say that again?
I was gonna say if you want to
Awesome.
make it more devil's bargain, he can use you as a shield to negate damage.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go that far, you could say that since I do have two bodies, we can make it so that the one that would be attached to your hand is fully in your control, and Guppy would just be along for the ride. That way, it would force me back into the other body.
Okay, there would be some weird, ethereal, magical,
Back.
ghost type deal that's going on, where if you were to do this, you would need to sustain yourself through Guppy when he's on
That's
your
weird.
hand. You have to eat through him, and there's
Yeah,
no
and
other
that-
way you can eat except through Guppy.
I'm kind of down with that because like my idea was like you know how like, Iron Man he can pull like armor parts, like we can be in a fight and I just raise out my stub and pull Guppy to my hand.
And he'll always be with you during your downtimes.
Oh, he's literally life support. Like, he has to breathe through Guppy. He has to eat through Guppy.
Breathing, but the eating part.
I would say just eating, drinking, and whenever you're out relieving stress. So if either of you overindulge, then both of you overindulge.
Shit, hold up. So
I
I
love
gotta,
it. I'm
I
done.
gotta-
I'm
I gotta-
100%.
I gotta explain this to Red
Yeah,
Eliza.
hold his dick.
Anytime he's with Red Eliza, it's
It's human
basically a
centipede at this
threesome.
point.
So it's a threesome. It's always a threesome.
Alright, so that could be a bargain. Sure, let's go for that.
Take it. Watch me waste it. Hey. Not wasted.
You're gonna hear Marshall cough a little bit. It's all coming back to me. You freed me. That thing that he put on me was more rat than. I mean, I was more machine than rat. I don't think I have long for this world. Guppy. Or should I say. Giuseppe Reginald III. He sent me. He rebuilt me after I was killed in a tragic event. After he saw my thirst for blood, my ability to extract and kidnap and steal people, he remade me, made me whole, made me made me perfect, and he made me get you.
Made you an abomination. And I put one between his eyes. He is a natural.
Jeez.
Wait. I want to act first. I want to shoot him first. I pushed. I'm gonna try to hold on. Yeah. Act first. Reflexes. I want to push the gun away and kill him for bells. Can I do
Alright,
that?
you know what you can do? Since it's not really a question of who acts first, but you do have your reflexes, you see him going for the kill, and you can try and talk him out of it, like to let you do it. Let's see how that goes.
Put my hand on Bells' gun. Wait, Bells. You don't want to go down this road. My hand is already full of blood. You don't need to have that on your conscience. This is when killing and having someone who already has killed pays dividends.
No, you can still pull the trigger if you want, or you can talk to your friend and see if you can talk you down from the sledge.
I know he must be done in, Bells. I understand this, but he was your marshal. You should not do this.
I'm gonna look at Rupon in his eyes. I'm gonna open my mouth to say, Black Cow! I fire one between his eyes.
Hey, Rupon Tiger, marshals.
He counts Marshall.
It's cold.
Look, I already have my emotional scene with Marshall, Memory Marshall, alright?
I don't get another one.
Yeah, but that memory Marshall was killed because you tried to kill the real Marshall.
Marshall died a long time ago. This is an abomination. I feel no ill feelings about killing him.
He should make a tune roll to see if he's emotionally damaged.
You know, I gotta say that rat's robot parts look mighty familiar. Like it might be Leopold designs.
I mean, they are gun hands.
You know what? If either of you want to put a long-term project to determine perhaps the origin of this creation,
Oh my god.
you could put it in your sheet. Whoever wants
Give me
to
a
do that
gun
project.
hand.
I
Give
feel
me
like
a
I'll
gun
do that
hand.
because I have higher tinker.
Wait, give me a gun hand so I can use it as a cannon. Ruxpin.
Yeah, so is it
Ruxpin
reverse
cannon.
engineer? Am I gonna get if he kills Marshall? Am I gonna get the body and try to reverse engineer it?
That's an option if you want. I'll say.
I also want to
this.
investigate the house. Can I get a clock for trying to get the house working?
Oh, like understand the origin of the house.
Yeah, I'm sure. I guess I need the blueprints too, so it's not a.
Yeah, make that a 6-point clock, and the Marshall one a 4-point clock. And
Well.
another thing that you guys see, as his mouse bits and robot bits are splayed across the floor, you see a vial of purple worm blood that was powering him.
Well, I reached down to pick it up.
Rupon, get that. We need that.
I really gotta get used to using my other hand. As he pushes Ruxpin's face into it. Could you grab that for me there?
Yeah, I guess. And he picks it up.
I'm gonna scamper over to a dead Marshall and like put him in a bag, like just by the tail.
Did he just put everything into my sleeve?
I'm gonna put my hand on my boy here, and I'm gonna be like, Yush, he's already been desecrated enough. You shan't do this to him again.
I didn't do anything. I just picked up that purple worm.
Yeah,
blood.
I'm picking up.
I'm talking, yeah, to my boy to clap.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen. This might be the way I might be able to make a new hand for Rupon if I take a look at what's going on here.
I won't say it again.
Hey man, the man.
Come
I
on.
don't know, Pat. The Bell's here. He looks like he has the eyes of a killer now. Talk about calling the kettle black here.
All right, I see the robot parts. I mean, the fleshy parts aren't super important.
Well, are we gonna deal with that guy?
All right.
Request over to-
If you're able to
Vampire.
properly separate the parts, I'll allow it.
All right.
You should,
I
you
could
should at
do
least
that.
bury the body.
I guess is that gonna be a different clock, Brian, to separate the?
Oh, the robot bits from the mouse bits.
Yeah.
I would say the whole Marshall clock is one clock.
So that's so
Okay.
many gross implications.
Yeah. I'll give you the rest of the parts if you want to do some kind of dumb funeral thing for your rat.
Okay, he just shot a thing. You really
Yeah,
don't
what,
wanna
if you're
do
gonna
that.
be rude, I might as well just fucking.
Sorry, totally honorable and necessary funeral for your rat.
You are not helping your case there, Clap. I would have shot you just now. I'm saying.
Hey, don't you want that? Don't you want an arm, Rupon?
I do, but I also don't want you to get yourself unnecessarily killed. If and you get my meaning here.
I'll separate the parts and give them back or whatever.
Yo, what? That is
It's a
the
new
best.
drawing.
That is the best.
You know what's funny? Bells has had to kill Marshall 3 times now already.
That means he can't come back anymore. The rule is 3.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see zombie Marshall at some point.
Yeah, did we hear any bells tolling?
Oh yeah.
He doesn't count.
No, you wouldn't, because, yeah, he's been dead.
And wait, you know now. By the way, Bells is breaking his own rule.
That doesn't make any sense. No, of course. Why would a rat have a fucking thing? If that was for small animals, that'd be retarded.
But it's talking. Ham is a giant
Yeah, he's
talking
been
pig.
talking.
Yeah, man. He was sentient rat.
Uh-huh.
But then again, it
Marshall's
doesn't
no
count
ordinary
against.
rat.
Okay, if it was a special rat, then that's fine. But I'm like, if every fucking rat, these guys got a fucking busy job, all right?
You gotta burn.
They got a lot of work.
Animals.
Well, that's why Bells likes rats, right? Because they all have
Wait,
souls.
he never talked. You guys can't speak rat. He was speaking rat when they were fucking thinking.
Oh, he had robot parts, so he can talk now.
Yeah, it's whole.
this fucking retcon right here.
Ryan did it, not me.
It's not a retcon. You thought he was dead.
No, the fact that he's like talking English now instead of rat.
Well, yeah, he's a hull. Or he's half hull anyway.
Yeah, okay. That gives him precedent.
Because he was, what's it called? He was working for Guppy, or Gusferatu, or whatever.
Speaking of which,
I hope you got the information you needed. Sexy sound.
Well, we need to look around. We need to get information. I need to find out where's my body, where's my daughter. I need to find these things.
well, before we do any of that, do you believe that anything that he's still your boss? Would you consider him still your boss?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really fire me.
Okay, so you'll.
That's true.
That's how it works.
We're gonna have
So-
a real employee evaluation coming up soon.
Yeah.
You can add a 12-point clock, Guppy, to find your daughter.
Alright. So long, Terry. You're a backseat now.
Terry's been on the
He's
back
used
seat
to
for a
it.
long time.
How many years has it been? The promise is to get my body back. We were so close. Then this dumb child came in the way.
Yeah. Well, technically, you kind of know who did it, too, so you can advance Terry's clock by 2, Guppy.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess you found out it didn't.
Wasn't
You got a
it
lot of
Squitch?
relevant information.
Wasn't it Squitch actually?
Huh?
Wasn't it Skits?
It was, remember, or
Clap.
you weren't there for the claps.
Oh yeah. Thought you.
Oh no, it was the clap. Hold up, it was during the
Yeah.
the experimentation.
Some
Yeah.
dude that stole something and just
Stole some
pulled it
bread.
out of you.
It was just
And it's
Javis.
so little regard for Terry that he doesn't even remember, care to remember.
Fuck Terry.
Terry.
He still doesn't even know it's Terry.
he just doesn't care. Like he just vacated any of that like irrelevant information from his mind because it was so unimportant.
Yeah, literally all Rupon saw was like, oh look, it's a tiefling. And this is how the clap lost his job. Interesting. That prisoner that was brought in for experimentation? The fuck was that guy? Who cares? He wasn't important.
All right, but all right. Guppy's gonna look around, try and find some notes, anything that might inform him about where his body might be. If Gus had any information on his daughter, or if everything here is just drugs.
Do a survey roll. Let's see what you can find.
I will push myself again.
Everything here is just trucks.
Nice.
Nice. All right. I guess what you find looking around this place is you find orders for Marshall, almost like a capture list. And on that list, you see at least a few names stick out to you. You see this guy on that list?
Oh yeah, right. He's already canon. This isn't new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, he's already counted.
You see this guy on that list?
Oh shit.
Wait, is he alive?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
still
he never
alive.
died.
Oh, I thought everyone in that house was dead.
No, it's just flashbacks. Doesn't mean they're dead. We
Yeah.
just saw he was in the story earlier. Bells was talking to him and shit.
Binkle Small. Is he the same Small Minkle Brown?
Yep.
He's
Wait,
immortal?
Leopold's around still?
Or did he just get out of hell?
Yeah, I guess it's unclear if Leopold's still around. It depends what how that whole storyline ended that we never.
Mm-hmm.
Well, canonically, there are Ammons after this, so.
Well, yeah, but Leopold is not.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of other people. There's like a few people that are in Westwall as well. That he wants
So wait,
to
sorry.
capture.
What
It's
are
like a
what are
hit
these guys
list.
again? It's a hit list
Yeah, or like a capture list for
Guppy.
Marshall.
Oh, maybe he was trying to capture Leopold, but luckily
Yeah,
we
but
killed
he-
Marshall already.
But also maybe Leopold already died and they just don't know about it yet. Well, he did already die. He maybe died again and no one.
Hey, Bells, it looks like they were going after your uncle.
He'll have to pay.
Your uncle will have to pay? I thought you liked him.
Yeah. Slam dunk on.
Yeah, okay.
No, you cut out. I didn't hear what you said. Yeah, I just heard he'll have to pay.
He'll have to pay. The vampire.
Oh. Oh, so we're allowed to kill this vampire, but not the one that was literally screwing up our city. Okay.
Did I have a problem with that?
Yes, you did.
I don't think I did.
I think you guys were drugged out of your minds, so.
Yeah, I don't think that I knew
Yeah.
anything that was going on.
I got thrown in jail for like a couple of months for that nonsense.
Yeah, but on this list, if anything, they seem to be potential leads, though. In some ways, there's a few documents, like, he seems to know quite a bit about these people, like, more than anyone that never ran into them before. So, they may be involved in some way as well.
I guess the stuff he has up on Slam Dunk Unk would be because Bells knows stuff about him, like if it's like kind of intimate information.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Shady Show?
Well, your uncle's clean. But
But why would you want him dead?
Good job, Unc.
Binkle and Leopold seem to be up to some stuff.
Do they want Unk dead so they could because he has access to all these corpses maybe?
I don't know.
Well-
I mean, it's up to you guys to find out, right?
Yeah. I think we need to have a planning session here. We got a lot of leads we gotta plan out what we're gonna do
A
with.
planning session.
I was suggesting the vampires vacated. Let's go back to the house. Take a
We gotta go
break.
see the Dimmer sisters too. I mean,
There's a lot of plot threads going around right now.
yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
get.
we gotta organize everything. We gotta sit down. We gotta make a little cork board with a bunch of string.
Yeah. The funny thing is, we all came here to fuck over the frost scales, but I feel like we have left that path a while ago.
Well, I mean, we gotta keep that in mind too, because the frost scales are gonna be harassing us as well. We're on their radar now.
Now with our new house. Also, isn't it
They're gonna
weird
be
that we
looking
have
for us.
messed? Yeah, isn't it weird that we have messed with two, specifically Crow Kanku, in the last 72 hours?
Yeah.
Are you racist?
No, just specific.
Deceased.
Or like the
Oh,
cat.
no. This is very much he's not really dead situation.
Totally done.
I mean, he was only half robot. There's another half of him that could have been used.
Or his
Yeah.
ghost is haunting somebody.
Oh shit, you're right. He's half robot.
Yeah, technically you can make two cyborgs, right?
There's
Well,
too much
depends how much.
It's my mission to retrieve my lost half.
Will Bells kill him, or would Marshall kill Bells?
Marshall's lost every time.
He's lost every time because he doesn't have the power of friendship anymore. You know how that rolls.
Yeah, friendships suck.
I felt
Sorry.
personally attacked there.
It's overrated.
One last thing. Guppy will like reach into his stomach and kind of push aside the stump of Rubon's hand and then pull out a baggie and then put it on the table.
Wow, you are loyal. You are loyal to a fault there, Giuseppe.
It's my programming.
Also, that felt really awkward when you like touched the nub. It's still raw apparently. Can you like cauterize the wound? Pat?
Oh, Guppy. As you put that on the table, you're going to hear, and your payment of 40 Yorlocks will be deposited in your account, Guppy.
Wow, we literally barged into his home, killed his assassin, and he's still paying you for a good delivery. Principle.
Hey, I'm his assassin. The other guy was the kidnapper. Also, I have no idea what these yard blocks are. I just got a ton of them.
Yarbucks.
Well, I guess that ain't too much of a good thing because he's paying you in fake currency.
I don't have much of a choice.
It's like Google currency. You can only use it to buy stuff from him.
Exposure bug.
I'm paying you an exposure.
Is George trying to say something? Because I keep on hearing crumbled noises.
You know, I
He's
haven't
George-
heard George in a while.
George
Yeah.
thinks he's talking.
Oh man, has he been muted
Oh,
this whole entire time?
no.
George, have you been trying to talk this whole time?
God, he probably would have done a lot in this room.
Yeah, I think I heard him attempting to talk, but nothing's coming out, George.
Oh no.
I feel so bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just type in the chat if you were trying to communicate.
Yeah, I just let him call. He just realized he can't be heard. Damn it.
But you guys were responding to everything I said.
It's like I was here, but I wasn't here.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry over you.
Wow.
You know, like we always do.
Yeah.
Man, that's unfortunate.
Let's see. Up.
I really would have liked
Well, I
to
guess
know
we'll
what
never
you were gonna
put-
do.
I guess we'll never know what Skits was trying to say.
Yeah, because it's kind of too late to flashback to all that.
Yeah.
I guess it was Gus's arch. Or not Gus, but Guppy. I keep saying Gus when I mean Guppy and Guppy
Yeah.
means Gus.
Again, because Gus is also a character.
Yeah.
You have made that bed there, Brian. You're gonna have to lie in it.
He was always there. This is just one giant flashback for Gus.
News wakes up. Rosebud.
I guess we'll have a downtime now.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
I was thinking about
The thing
making
that-
that like really hard, but I was like, you know what? These guys are fucked up.
Yeah.
Can't hear you,
Hello?
George. You're
Can't
coming
hear
in
you,
like
G-Mons.
crackles.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like
your shit's fucked, George.
Yeah, you're snapping and crackling and popping.
not in a good way either.
We kinda hear you though.
I don't hear him at all.
There, I hear something, yeah. Actually, you guys seem to be in pretty good shape except for Bells and... Oh, and Rupon.
What?
Like, in terms of stress and damage, you guys seem to be in, like, decent shape except for Bells and Rupon.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Like, I'm looking at your stress and everything, and I'm like,
So
you're
you guys
clear,
still can't hear me?
Yeah, because we got a little bit of stress. Then you had a thing that we got to clear stress. I think do I have one injury? I feel like I still have. Do I not
What,
have one?
George?
injury.
Yeah, I got one
You guys
injury.
hear me?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now let's talk over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good? Is there anything you wanted to add? Before we go to downtime, Vice time? Vice City?
I wanted to add.
Anyway, when we were thinking about stuff to do for
Okay for me now to
so
torture
when we
animals.
meet up at the house, we're gonna
As per bells. Animals
Because a
don't have
second we're.
souls.
Sorry.
Animals don't have
I didn't
souls.
actually mean to talk over you. It's just spontaneous.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's like, that's just natural.
Go, George, go.
Yeah.
Go
What do, you, what do you want to say, George?
I said that. It's
I
all
just let
good.
George talk.
Go, George! You gotta raise your volume a little bit, though. George, talk! Don't you guys talk over him again, alright? I don't know if that was intentional, Tom.
The last one was.
The last one was, yeah, obviously.
So clap and bells. Both of you get level 2 harm.
Whoa!
Alright, well, I'm muting myself, George. I'm muting myself.
Look, it was funny the first time I did it. Tom was going overboard. All right, so
I put it in your sheet.
no, I'm taking it off my sheet.
There you go, Sean. With his dad's
Good.
hands.
Let's go to our vices.
You broken him.
Oh, I like this one. I'm kind of a dick. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. You don't need to mute yourself, Clap. Who wants to go first?
I feel bad now. The first time was an accident, but the other time was not an accident.
That was an asshole.
I mean, let Skits go first because he didn't get to talk at all.
Sure. You know what you want to do for your downtime, Skitsy? Skits boy? Boy. Yeah, Skits go, or if you don't know what you want to do, Skits, we could have everyone roll them.
Yeah, this is how I'm thinking right now.
Okay, everyone roll. D20. Do a D20. Nice. Nice! Someone really wants to go. The
duality of man.
Or duality, rather. Is Terry taking some time off? God, you know what? I want to know what is Terry doing right now? How's he spending his time?
Terry hanging out with Lefty.
Is Lefty hanging out with a closet?
For the most part, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more. I think Sean is being Terry right now. Who's left? Oh, right. Okay. I guess Clap. What are you doing for your downtime? I see you got a bunch of projects.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do an injury roll.
I wonder why.
So I'll do that. So it's Tinker, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. I think you get a +1 because of your physical.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think that's 4 + 1. So you clear your clock once and you get 1. So you could remove. I think it's 2 level 1 harms. So you could get rid of your level 2 harm.
Wow. So I still have the level 1 harms.
Yeah.
Alright. And then we get is that the other game that we have like the extra clock? The project clock? Or is it this one? I don't remember.
But I don't know if you guys got that. Because actually you guys did level up your crew last session and you never really got an ability. So maybe there's one that could give you an extra downtime if you want to take
Let's
it.
see. What do we have? That's pretty useful in the other game if that exists in this.
Yeah.
Where's the crew sheet? Oh, there we go. What are the abilities?
It doesn't look like it's there.
Yeah, I guess because I think it depends on the crew type we picked.
Mm-hmm.
Pack. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's the veteran thing if you look at the other crew types.
Yeah.
What are the blades in what are the other crew types?
I think you gotta get every ability before you can go with veteran, though.
Alright, well I'll do one of the clocks then.
Alright. And remember, you can spend 1 coin for additional
Yeah.
activities. Not the telecoin, though.
Yeah. It's different. Alright, what should I roll to do this Marshall thing?
What's the first thing you want to do for Marshall? That depends on your first action.
I guess I'm separating the organic and the mechanical bits.
Alright, that sounds like a tinker roll to me.
Okay. It's not risky, it's controlled, right? Boom.
Nice. Alright, advance your clock by 3. And you've, for the most part, separated him almost entirely. There's a few bits that are left. They're lodged in there pretty deep. Seems that it was essential to, like, keeping him alive. And looking at it, actually, you think you could actually, like, bring him back if you leave that in there.
Ooh,
And add a
that's
few pieces to him.
And have I kind of got a handle on the prosthetics, in other words?
Yeah, you could probably reanimate rats pretty effectively in the future.
Ooh.
I won't accept such necromancy.
You think I could make a rudimentary arm for Rupon?
It's like
Out of
Rihanna
rats?
from Invincible, but Rihanna
Yeah.
rats.
And rats.
I mean, you don't gotta make an arm right now. You should just
Yeah, I don't have
make a
What are the
Hey.
materials right now, obviously?
what's it called? You should
Perfect
make
one.
a clipping point so you can fuse with Guppy easier.
Yeah. But Puppy's all mechanical, right?
a soul jar and a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, because you can make another 4-point clock to get the, I guess the fusing thing, or I guess if you finish this, you could do the fusing thing, honestly. Because the fusing thing isn't really that big of a deal.
Or maybe I'll spend a coin to finish this up.
Okay.
BRB.
Like anything that you get above a 2 would pretty much finish this.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah, there
vibes.
you go. You separate all the parts, and you believe you have what it takes to at least attach a piece of a hull to, or a piece of like something mechanical to something organic. It'll take a bit of work. It'll probably be a bit of a project, but whenever you do this, maybe I should add this to your sheet.
Yeah, just like an on. Cause I have the electro bullets thing that I could always like make more of those. Cause I just have like a.
Yeah, let me give you this ability.
Nice.
You're gonna start with 1 point on any clock to attach something to something organic.
So I basically, if I have the materials, I can make like robot cyborg shit.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna like pop out of like the room I work in. It's like, good news, Rupon, I figured it out. I'm a genius.
You see Rupon sitting there with Giuseppe on his hands, making weird finger movements. So if I move my middle finger or the muscle, does this move your eyebrow?
His ear will wiggle.
Okay,
It's totally involuntary.
I'm gonna like slap a piece of paper with like a really crude drawing of like Rupon with like a robot, like a giant robot arm on the table.
What is this? Clap! I said a cannon.
Hey, listen, they could. The rat didn't have that whole situation going on,
You
all
literally
right?
had 2 guns for arms.
You see, there's a
What are
gun
you
there. It's a
talking
pistol,
about?
all right? A pistol should be good enough, all right? That's all I can get you.
Fine.
Here's the shopping list. I'm gonna like slam down like a list of all the like the multitude of supplies I need for it.
I'll get right to it.
It's a pistol arm. That's cool. It's a gun. Gun's a gun.
You know I mostly stab people, right?
Well, now you can shoot him. I can put a knife on it. That's not hard.
Okay. I guess thank
You
you
can
was
come out the
important.
wrist or something. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Hold on. He removes Guppy, puts the gun hand on, and then sees how Guppy fits over it.
Well, I don't have like a real
Just
gun
hold
hand.
the
I just have.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just putting. I haven't made a gun hand yet. I just know how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have the
All
supplies.
hands
I'm,
gotta be a gun. If there's a
I'm-
gun
but I'm assuming we need to
Gun.
like get proper supplies for it, right?
If
Yeah,
Rupon's
that could
shooting
be
with his
another clock.
if Rupon's shooting with his other gun, because he has 2, his other hand's still fine, right? Would he have to be
Yeah.
using? Would he have to be using Giuseppe's or Ruxpin's like scrap skills, not his?
It would be I think it would be your own, but I will say this: the clap. It'll be 4 points to give him this gun hand, and then if you want to add any additional attachments or improve this gun hand, it'll be another 4-point clock. Like, okay, I want to turn it from. I want the gun hand to also be able to manipulate objects. I also want it to be able to shoot like a grappling hook. And stuff
Okay,
like that.
so I can give him like a normal hand, but I have to do another clock for it to be gun hand or like.
Well, you can just start him with the gun hand, but it won't work on a
Okay.
real hand. So it'll literally be a gun hand.
That's what Ruxpin's for.
You could point with it.
Yeah. And how would his gun hand work? Would that give him like a free gun that's not like weight?
He's like Megatron, but
Would he get like would he get like italicized? If I like added more like utility to the robot arm, would that like give him like italicized weapons and shit?
Can I give this motherfucker a coin?
It depends. I would say it probably depends on the quality of the gun.
I will
Because
give
the
him a
thing
coin.
yeah, he would have to. like your load isn't really so much weight as it is how suspicious you look. And so your
It's
good
pretty
hand looks kinda
suspicious.
suspicious. You have to put a lot of effort into covering that up. So
Automatically
George's
heavy
point, it should
load.
transform.
Yeah.
We're in a world of magic and devilry.
I feel like at some point you definitely make it like a robot hand that turns into a gun like Leopold's, but less cool. Right?
yeah, well, you can make it cool the more like downtime things you put
Wait.
into it.
Come on, don't you hate Leopold? Shouldn't it be more cool?
Oh, that's true. I should be trying to outdo Leopold.
Hey, George, I think you need a stronger microphone because when you do talk, it is kind of low.
Yeah,
George talking.
yeah, I maxed you out and you're still like super low.
But isn't it easier for us to ignore him? If it's like
I don't want to say that.
I think I vaguely heard George.
Doesn't he have a good microphone?
I don't know.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, he might be using his daughter's laptop again.
And I think this is a thing you could do for downtime. Is I think you could have someone else like work an activity for you and give them your downtime.
Yeah. Well, I could if you want to give me some downtime, I can start gathering supplies for the arm.
Rupon reaches with his good hand into his pocket and throws you a coin.
All right. What role would that be, Brian, to buy these things?
Well, you could do
Procure
it
these
this simple
things.
way, and you could just spend coin and get him a really nice gun to make into a hand, or
Duct tape.
you could try and consort with one of your colleagues.
I quite literally threw him a coin for my own personal stash.
Well, getting the gun. What kind of role would that be? Would just be a straight?
It would be a consort role, but you could maybe get someone else to help you if you get that downtime to someone else to consort.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just tell Rupon like to figure it out. I need to give it to someone else who's got better consort because that's pretty bad. Like I gave him a shopping list, right? So.
Okay. Do we want to move on to someone else's downtime?
Yeah.
All right. So Terry, I think that's you, Sean.
Bell's just shifting through faces.
My bad. Terry, who?
You. What's your downtime? I'm pretty sure you're Terry with that role.
Oh, he's Weinstein right now.
I'm Weinstein, babe.
You're
I
Weinstein.
want to.
Oh, Goldstein, not Weinstein. I was like, why are you guys
Racist.
saying that? I'm like, is he like assaulting someone or?
They control the banks.
I wasn't even going there.
I was talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah,
the
I think we
sexual
all were.
predator. All right, 4 is good. I think you would advance your clock by 2 points. Your little Healy clock. Although, you should probably have. You could have the clap roll your recovery roll, because he's the one with the highest tinker.
Yeah, I could do
I mean,
that.
that's usually what you guys do, so I mean, I'll let you do that instead of using your recovery roll.
All right.
Oh, so I can hunt my heal?
No, you need to tinker to heal, but you can have your physical do it for you, which is the
Okay.
clap.
I also get an
There you
extra
go.
die. There you go, 6.
Yeah, so 6. I think that would put hair on your chest. I think 6 is 4, I said, right? And then the crit is 5? Yeah. So advance your clock by 4. So it would just go back to 1 again since... Oh no, wait, that's someone else's clock. So advance your clock by 4, healing clock by 4, and clear 2 level 1 harms. Or a level 2 harm.
Alright, so. I still want to be kind of a dick, but without the penalty.
So you can be less of a dick and remove 2 level 1 harms and bring that down to a 1.
No, fuck out of here. It's gone!
Alright.
we have 3?
3 what? You have 2
GT
downtimes.
actives.
You guys don't have that crew shit. Unless otherwise stated, which I think Hits has that.
Can I work on a skill? I want to level up. I have like 1 more point before I level up.
Oh, yeah, you can just train. You just use the downtime to train.
I want to train.
Do some jits.
Oh, can I work on Jit?
So you absolutely can work on jits. Work on the Imanari roll.
Oh dear God.
I was doing pretty well before.
Yeah, wasn't your first fight in this game a jujitsu fight?
I don't know where all my brawling went.
I think you should just stop doing that.
Yeah.
I started using a sniper rifle for some reason.
Yeah, you like beat that
Yeah,
guy's
well,
ass and you're like, alright, I'm done.
And fuck his shit up.
I'm out of the gi now.
It's strictly gunplay. Okay, so do I just have 2 points to put anywhere?
You have 1, you put 1 point anywhere.
Okay, just 1 point. That levels me up anyway.
Yeah. Okay, you buying another downtime or we moving to someone else?
I don't think I'm gonna buy another downtime.
Alright, Skitsy Poo, your turn. Okay.
George, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
George, if you're talking, we don't want to hear you.
This mic is like stroking out. I could see it on Discord.
No, that was just me messing with it.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Alright. My downtime activity will be. Oh, I forgot what that was about, Brian. The chat energy.
Chat energy?
Oh, he's on a Sigma grind right now.
It's not a single grind set. The fuck is a chat energy?
You told me
Why
that.
did you do that?
That's George's character. Look, if he doesn't know what it is, then he doesn't know what it is.
Why you gave me that?
He doesn't deserve chat energy.
It's when he absorbed those souls, right?
Because I did put a Become Perfect Skits ability on your sheet when you level up your playbook. You just gotta learn it.
Perfect skits. I didn't see that.
That's not related to chat energy. That was chat energy that you were doing.
What are we even talking about?
I'm gonna re-look into that later, next section.
Sure.
But
Watch the replay.
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch old episodes. For my downtime, I'd like to look into my past, I guess. So like what's going on with my half brother. Or should I just do that next session?
I mean, we could make that a downtime thing, and you could talk to him
Visit
a little
him.
bit.
Getting tortured.
Yeah, he's still burning.
I'm still burning.
He's still burning.
Oh. Yeah, so I'll do that. Some research into my past for any other relatives or anything else, like my brother and anybody else that I might not remember exactly.
Okay, what kind of research you can do? Are you gonna actually like try and talk to him? Or are you going to search the manor for some kind of documentation or what?
I'd probably like to search the house.
Okay. Gathering information. Would that be hunts? Gather information. Does it gather information? What's survey say? That'd probably be survey. Yeah, it would be survey, I think. So you could survey the house, see what you can find, see if you can find anything interesting. Give me that survey roll, boy. I put a clock in your sheet too. So that's 6 points. Because there's potentially a lot you could uncover.
Does anyone have that lying perk?
I would a troll one.
The one that if you could tell anybody's lying.
Oh yeah. I
Does anybody have that?
Game. I only got exists in this game.
Yeah. Alright,
It
so,
does.
it
Does anybody
does
have it? I guess nobody has it.
Some class. I think the spider has that ability. And I don't think anyone's the spider. I think that's the one class we don't have here. Unless Rupon has it, I'm not sure. But I think the spider has that.
That was Troa from the other game.
Yeah, but it's in
Nah.
this game too.
Lurks don't have it.
Yeah, so it's the spider, no one's the spider. Alright, 2 points. So, you advance your clock by 2 points, and Skits, what you learn about your half-brother is, you find some pictures around the house. You find, like, a lockbox, and it seems to be, like, somewhere where your mother has sort of hidden it. And you could tell because it, in a way, smells like her, still, even after all of these years. You open up this lockbox, and what you find are images of her with some kind of very well-dressed Kenku.
Kenku?
Yeah, Kenku. He seems to be very, like, well off.
It's like an older Kenku or like
It's an older
my
Kenku.
age Kenku?
It's a much older Kenku.
Mm. Didn't know mom was into that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
He
she was
seems
into that.
very, very wealthy.
Are there any other pictures in there?
And what you see in the pictures, though, is, I guess you get the feeling that this Kenku, he was very, he was really doing his best to, like, court her, but, in the pictures, she doesn't seem, like, too interested in him. It seems more like a, I'll leave it at that.
One-sided.
Yeah, one-sided type of relationship.
Okay. And in any of the other pictures, do I see anything?
If you want to do another downtime, you could study this more and see what you can uncover. Pour over the details.
Okay. So. I forget, for your, you can spend downtime training, right?
Yeah, you just get 1 EXP in one of those skills. So, do you plan on studying, or do you want to train, or are you going to spend money and do both?
I don't even know. I don't think I have enough money for anything. Or how much money do I have again? That. I'll just train.
Okay.
I'm gonna put train. I can put a point into skirmish if I wanted to train that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's it for my downtime.
Okay. And you know what? Give me, because I realized you were actually there. Give me a survey roll, George. I realized you were there, but you know what? Give me that survey roll anyway. Let me see something.
I'll push myself for this too.
Okay. Okay. You realize in one of the pictures, accompanying them, almost as like waiting on them as kind of hand servant, you see this guy.
Oh, shit. I mean, I think we knew who it was.
He's
Who's that?
He was one of the servants for what's his name? Joey Feathers.
Who's that?
He's head
Wasn't
of
he?
the Corvino crime family.
What's that?
Why does he look like that other guy that was with in that session
What session?
with Joey Feathers?
Looks like what guy? The guy. She is that guy.
Alright.
Nice.
I misremembered things. I'm sorry.
You should.
My brain just gets.
You're good.
God, he looks just like the guy he's supposed to be. What a
I
twist!
thought he was somebody else. I thought he was like a lower position.
Somebody used to
No,
know.
he's.
Alright, Guppy, it's your go. You got
Alright,
the six.
Let's see. What do I want to do?
You're gonna do the thing you sent me?
Well, first I'm gonna recharge, so I'll lose 5 drain. So that'll be cool.
God, it's cool that you can just do that. No recovery roll, just get it off.
Straight
of
up. Yep. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess I'll spend the since Skitsetti put stuff in everyone. I'm gonna spend my downtime to see if anything was put in me.
You put stuff in everyone.
I forget. Did you try and do that, Skits? I think you did, right? Or no?
It
I
didn't
remember
work.
he did, and I said yes.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Oh,
on
he
Lupin.
did, okay.
Yeah, and then I put one of the babies in Ruxpin.
But
He's a
just didn't do
roommate,
anything,
remember?
I don't think.
So it is in you.
But it's in the baseball guppy, which is currently in Nerd.
Okay. And you just want to see if you can take it out, right?
Sure, I'll put it in a shoebox.
Alright. If you just want to remove it, 4-point clock.
Oh wow, okay. Cool. What do I roll to advance it?
How are you going to try and remove it from it? Because this is more a incorporeal essence. It's more like a ghost worm in your head.
Oh, cool.
So it might take some attuning to do this.
Alright. Is there like a ghost buster, like a ghost dust buster, or like a ghost vacuum?
Didn't I feel like the clap made something like that, didn't he, or no?
Yeah, I did the dragon cage thing.
Oh, the dragon contained a Minotron, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Safecracker
maybe.
Deluxe too.
Yeah.
There might be a way to do it with an electric hook or hurting your body in some way. He also has the electric bullets as well. I guess finding a way to approach this might be. Part
Wait,
of
doesn't
the role.
halls have electricity? Aren't they powered by electricity?
Oh, I guess that's true. Maybe you could overload yourself.
Electroplasm, yeah. Sure, I will attempt to. Oh, I have electroplasmic projectors. I'll set one of the backup or the null one to. You may release some of your plasmic energy as an electrical shock around you, directed to beam. You may also use this to create a lightning barrier to repel or trap a spirit. Yeah, I'll use it on myself to repel a spirit.
Okay. When did you put this in, George? Was this after Perfect Skits or after Perfect Tim or before Perfect Tim?
Before. It's before we went into this place.
Okay.
Or went into the house.
I'm not even sure if you need a clock then. I would say this is a level. Since this is before perfect 10, I'd say this is a level 2 magnitude. So you take 2 drain to do this.
Sure.
Alright, you may also use this great lightning barrier to repel or trap a spirit. And you're trapping it in a shoebox, so I guess you'll have to keep it charged, right?
I mean, I guess I could just repel it out of the hull.
Oh, you're just gonna repel it out? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a corporeal thing that I could just pick up and drop in the shoebox, but I imagine Guppy would still try to do that to something incorporeal. So he'll shoot it out of the bear and then try to pick it up and put it into a shoebox.
Okay, so you take the 2 drain, knock it out, no problem. And you see it, and it's trying to, I guess, like, worm its way around. Like, it seems like, I guess, like a flopping fish or like a dead eel is like flopping around the floor for a little bit because it's still like recovering from the shock that you put into it, and it like rights itself, and for a moment it looks at you, then it looks like a mini Tim, and it starts like making its way like towards the door, like it's just trying to just like dart out. What are you gonna do?
Wave at it.
All right. You removed it.
Question: you can use coin to buy more downtime, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to use that coin that returns to you to have an infinite downtime.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can't do that.
Yes, you should buy Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Telecoin. Invest in Telecoin.
Lol. Alright, so the worm has broken free. And it is out in the world.
Now let's get to know. It's okay, buddy. You're a worm. It's out there. All right, he doesn't care. Skits does not care about no worm.
Skits is an asshole.
He's cool with it. Alright, last but not least, Rupon the Dirge.
Imagine I did that in front of everyone after they're like tired from their downtime. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, see that? Alright.
So healing clock. First and foremost. Do we get extra dice from clap?
You can have the clap tinker you
Yeah.
on your downtime.
Technically
Since
how
you're
it
like your
works.
healer, yeah.
And it's better I do because my three in Tinker.
Okay, could you please do that so I can get my healing clock?
Ooh, well, that's all I've had today on that.
Yeah, sorry, that's 1 point on your healing clock. Oh no, that's 2, actually, you got a 4. That's 2. I didn't see the 4.
Wait, what happened to all my coins?
It's been replaced by Telecoin.
Remember,
wait, Brian,
you bet them all.
No,
Brian, we
I
can't-
got all the money back.
We can't go to 4 on a stat yet, right?
No, we can for prowess stuff.
Oh, but only prowess, right? Because that's the only thing we've invested in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend a coin to do another healing clock, because fuck that.
Right. Maybe we'll get a 6 this time.
Your crew did upgrade. If you guys want to put in the 4 coin for another upgrade to another training center, you
Insight.
can do that.
Hey, we could do insight, and then I can get the max
Yeah.
Tinker.
If you guys drop 4 coin, you could get that crew upgrade.
I'll drop 1. If you
Don't we
want.
have crew stash though?
That pays for the people. Okay, I got a 6. Nice. Woo!
Oh yeah, you gotta pay everyone on your crew too. That's 1 coin each.
Yeah.
Let
We should
me,
have
minus
returned the
that.
house.
How much? A 4
You're gonna
coin
sell.
on the
You said you're
crew.
gonna sell the house.
Well, you could.
Remember what the house said. Don't put him on the market, or you're gonna suffer the wrath of his
Well,
masters.
I also feel like that's not the best way to make money.
Wait, why is my Firefox pistol and ice dagger in crew storage?
Oh my god, we could become a taxi service. We just torture everyone who needs to be taxied.
I mean, you're not always carrying it.
I'm always
Crazy
carrying
taxi.
I'm always carrying an ice dagger. That's my murder weapon of choice.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's like part of your load, so you're technically
Okay.
always carrying it, but you're not always carrying it, you know?
So wait, since he got a 6, how much should I put in the clap?
That's 4.
Cool. So I rounded all the way back. So I did the clap went around twice. Does that mean I get to get rid of all my level 1?
Yeah, get rid of all your level 1 for a level 2.
Okay, all my level 1's gone. I just have a stub for a hand now. And I'm gonna indulge my vice. Do I take the 1 or the 5?
You're not taking the lowest one, so you're taking the 5.
Yeah, it'll say underneath if you tap the lowest.
Yeah.
2, 3, 5. Cool. I guess I'm okay with that.
Alright, sweet.
Oh no, wait! I want to spend a coin on indulging in my vice. My bad.
Alright. And, are you guys gonna go for that upgrade? You only have 5 coin left at this point.
I'll donate 2 coin of my own personal stash to the cruise bullshit.
All right, I'll give one.
What are we giving a coin for?
We're gonna upgrade so we can get max out another.
Yeah, but also our stash is running a little low in money.
Let me add this to your sheet too.
I'll put 2 in as well.
We only need 4, so
Yeah, you guys
Right.
need 4.
let's put 1 in.
Yeah, but we need money for the stash anyway because it's getting low. Our funds.
Oh,
Because
I guess
every
we can
time
put
we
one
get
in.
down,
Then.
every time we get a downtime, we have to pay our crew and upkeep and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you haven't paid your shit.
How much do we have in our stash for the crew?
5 coin.
How much do we need to pay everybody?
I already minus it. It's 1 for each crew member. So
Okay,
I
well,
already
if you're ready,
4
well.
coin. Yeah, so you got 5
Okay.
left.
So yeah, I guess if you put 2 in, we'll net 1 more back, and then we'll get the upgrade.
Whoa. What? I'll do it. I'll put 2 in. I just got a new ability, so.
I love how Skits doesn't put any fucking money in, and he's from nobility.
Yeah.
All of that money
What
that
do you
he
mean Skits
had.
doesn't put? What do you mean Skits doesn't put any money in?
Oh, now it's my.
Alright, I stepped away for a drink.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
So what happened?
Skits is the worst.
Skits puts most of his money in for the crew. That's why Skits has no money.
Press X to doubt.
Lol.
I'll put 2 in even.
What are we putting money in for?
To have savings, and also we're upgrading the insight training.
Yep, so now you guys have officially trained.
I don't have coin. I have stash.
You can convert that to coin. I think it's 1 stash for full coin or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
I thought it was
1 row for
stash to
stash.
1 coin.
row for 1 coin. I think.
Or it's
Yeah,
1 what?
what you said.
Two
It was
to
1
one.
row
2 to
per
1.
coin.
Oh yeah, I think it's 2 to 1, 2 to 1, yeah, 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And it takes time to get it out too.
Mhm. Unless you have coin on hand already. 2 to 1.
Yeah. Which you may. That's
It's like selling your assets, essentially.
Okay, so if I turned in all my stash, I'd have enough for 2 coin.
Yeah, and you'd be homeless.
Stash do you have?
Because your stash is where you live and your living condition. And like, if you want to like we should use it more. Your stash is also like, oh, do I want to like bribe the doorman? Like, oh, I'll give you some, I'm pretty wealthy, and I'll give you some double dollars for this and stuff like that.
Oh, is that coin?
So Skits is the most broke member of the team.
All right, and you look like a bum too. Like people will see you, and you look like a bum.
All right, so Skits is the bum of the team.
Yeah, it's from nobility to the gutter.
From riches to rags.
Don't worry, this is gonna be what was my character's name?
You should start charging Tim rent.
Right?
Yeah. He's living rent free in your head.
It's gonna be Skits' redemption story.
Well, I guess since
So we have the inside thing now?
Yeah, you guys have the inside thing, and if everyone is done with their downtime, we can do EXP, and then I think call it. Because I kind of have been up like all day. Like I only slept at 4, so I'm like kind of tired too.
Yeah, I mean my thing's done. I'm healed. I have 3 stress now, which is way better.
You still have a Tim slug.
No, I don't. I didn't get slugged.
You were one of the first ones to get slugged.
Wait, that actually counted?
Because you could see everything that he sees. You're like super slugged, if anything.
I thought because I could see what he sees, I didn't get slugged.
You were.
That's what he wants you to think.
Oh, then fuck that.
And Bell's a slug too.
I'm gonna have a
I
talk
think the
about
only
him
person that
about that.
didn't agree to get slugged, I think, was the Clap. I think he's the only one that's not slugged, so I don't think he's at that bargain.
Nice.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's just the Clap and Ham.
Yeah.
Rupon's definitely slugged.
I guess next downtime I'll be taking a conversation with Mr. Perfect Tim over there.
Alright, so let's go, I guess Ham's not here, so I guess we'll start with you, Skits. I guess you
Are we still doing this? I thought we were just giving 2 every time.
We're checking
It's
if
a
they did
default.
something with their trauma.
It's not fair. I can't have trauma.
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, so you just get 2.
No,
you
he
never
did
had
address
the-
his pack. He did
Yeah,
address
you-
his pack, though.
No, we're doing only trauma, and then you just get 2 XP. If you did something related to your trauma.
And then your desperate actions if you got those.
Yeah, and unfortunately your mic wasn't working. Maybe you would have done something reckless too. But
We
Clap,
will never know.
you are traumaless. Bells, you are traumaless. Rupon, you have 2 traumas. Did you do anything haunted or reckless this sesh?
Stop the gun, a bullet with my hands.
I guess you did kind of put yourself in the middle of that situation.
Yeah, but you also got 2 6s on that roll.
Wait, I also, as haunted, because of the fact he's a killer, he tried to stop Bells. Yeah, maybe.
You also ran into that vampire house.
I mean, that's reckless.
Let's see.
I didn't have a choice to run into the vampire house. There was a thing attached to my hand.
Yeah, if anything, the reckless one would have been Guppy, but he doesn't have a trauma. I'll give you 1 for the haunted though. So Rupon, 3 XP. And Guppy, you do not have anywhere.
So how would that? How does that work? So at some point I'll be constantly clanking, leaking, fixated, or unstable, or sparking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe you could like play into that somehow and fuck up in some way because you're unstable. Like maybe your programming messes up and, or maybe you're sparking and there's a bunch of children swimming in a pool and you know, spark in there. I don't know. Something messed up. Something crazy
Sure.
that makes the situation worse.
Pick up
leaking,
smoking. I just constantly have to have cigarettes.
or like
That's
leaking.
one way of interpreting.
Maybe you lead your enemy to you. I could see that.
Yeah.
You're constantly leaking. You have some, like bladder control issues.
Yeah.
Just some weird fetish.
Rupan's trying to stealth, and you just
You can wear a diaper all over the place.
or Rupan trying to stealth, and then you just leak all over the floor.
Yeah.
Alright,
As
leak
long as it
Groupon.
causes problems.
Hmm.
Is the whole point of like having a trauma, or in your case, wear.
Sure.
Alright, so good session, guys. We'll do this again next week, and maybe we'll resolve some many plot threads that seem to keep growing.
Yeah. There's a problem we seem to have, and then interconnecting everything as well, so it just becomes a
Keep going
fucking
at
web
those-
of
Keep pulling at those strings. We'll find other strings that we can
this
pull on.
habitual desire to create new plot threads and interweave them heavily in all.
I think you're gonna have to interweave all the plot threads because we're never gonna get to a main storyline.
Yeah, I kind of am at this point.
Yeah, we still like so if we're like anime arcing and there's like 4 enemies, we still haven't even beaten the first one.
Who did you guys
Nice.
beat in? I guess you didn't really beat anyone in.
We didn't beat any big bosses.
We've been
Or
introduced
Westwall.
I guess, in the Nut House like side story to Dat Boy's group.
Damn boy.
Yeah.
So I
Technically,
guess he's the next one, right?
Check this out, guys. I love all of you, and I'll see you in hell. I'm going to bed.
Alright, peace out. Love you too, man.
that was a great one, though.
Like Rick, this guy. Alright, good stuff, guys. I'm gonna end this recording.